Hi Internet, I'm John Appleseed. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we do a daily crossword puzzle, sometimes other puzzles or games. Today we have another puns and anagrams puzzle. I posted one of these before. I found an article in the New York Times about a creator of the puns and anagrams puzzle there, which I had never done before, was not familiar with, but I really enjoyed it. So I Googled for other puzzles of this type and I found this site. It is run by Andrew Reese called ariespuzzles.com, and I will include a link to this site in the description down below. So he had a puns and anagrams puzzle, which I haven't had a chance to look at yet, but I'm looking forward to doing it. And what I also was pleased to find is that he's got some rules and descriptions of the way puns and anagrams puzzles work, which I had to kind of figure out on my own through trial and error through the other three puzzles that I've done. One thing is that in a cryptic crossword, anagrams are always indicated by some kind of word, an anagram indicator that tells you need to have an anagram, like scrambled or jumbled or in disorder or something like that. Here we know anagrams are fair play because it's in the title of the puzzle, so we don't need anagram indicators. What else? We can have C could indicate a letter C. C's could indicate multiple C's. I think we had one with the word USE indicating two U's in an answer before. We also have these non-anagram clues. There are puns that may have hidden words, reversals, homophones, visual rebuses, things like that. And then his final point, I think, is valid. No clue in a pun and anagram puzzle could be a legitimate clue in a cryptic crossword. I think in my video I described this as kind of an intermediate step between a crossword puzzle and a cryptic crossword. And he gets a little annoyed, he says, when he hears puns and anagrams described as a watered-down cryptic. It stands alone and does its own thing. I think that is certainly true. So I'll try and not make that mistake. So let's get into the puzzle. We've already got 4.5 minutes off the clock as I set up the screen and did my little spiel that you just had to listen to. So let's see what we've got here. One across is metaphor for hurdles, bureaucratic. Don't know that. One down, furniture with a belt. No, two down, ballots after the leader withdraws. We take the first letter off of ballots? No. Three down, teal, Petey River in Nebraska. Platte is a river in Nebraska. So if we had letters T-E-A-L, P-E-T, I think would give us Platte if we anagrammed those. So I think PT is PT. Those two letters are indicated by the word PT. Four down, pro, met by an ambulance patient. Okay, an EMT would be a professional person. An emergency medical technician would be a professional met by an ambulance patient. I think we're anagramming the letters from MET there. Five down, rash fans cheers. I think that's just raws. Rah-rah, sis, boom, bah, and the plural would be raws, which is an anagram of rash. Six down, setting for a Montana adaptation. Setting for a Montana adaptation of My Fair Lady. Are we using MT, I think is the postal code for Montana? My Fair Lady, don't know that. Seven down, stem from an Ivy reed. I-V R-E-D, and stem from is derive. Derive is an anagram of I-V-R-E-E-D, means stem from. Metaphor for hurdles, bureaucratic. Supered? I don't know. Like the group of Al, Mel, and Al. So we take those letters, A-L-M-E-L, A-L. I think they would make all male, and all of those are male names. 17 across, crock for herbal tea. Herbal, and then just the single letter T, which sounds like tea, can be an anagram to blather, which is kind of to spout nonsense or to to spout a crock. 19 across, almost ignoring the odds. I wonder if we're ignoring the odd letters in almost. If we take just the even letters, we would get L-O-T. Is the meaning lot suggested by anything else in the clue? I'm not sure, but I think that may be right. 23 across is singer James or Tate. Singer James is Etta, which is an anagram of Tate. So I think we can either have singer James be the clue or anagram Tate be the clue. They would both give us Etta. At last, a clue I can sing about in a puns and anagrams puzzle. At last, my love has come along. So a belt gives us table, which is a piece of furniture. Yes, a lots. Okay, so I don't think the meaning a lots is suggested by anything here. But if we take ballots and then take off the leading letter, withdraw the B, we get a lots, which would be a valid crossword answer. Tapered. Oh, it's red tape. Red tape is a bureaucratic metaphor for hurdles. Oh, are we reversing taking bureaucratic? This would normally be bureaucratic metaphor for hurdles. We're mixing up bureaucratic and metaphor for hurdles and then doing the same with red tape, giving us tape red or tapered. I think that's it. I haven't seen one like that before. Setting for a Montana adaptation of My Fair Lady. So Helena is a city in Montana. My Fair Lady, Eliza Doolittle, had a Cockney accent and was always leaving off her H's. Was in Otford, and Hampshire, hurricanes hardly ever happen, something like that. Yeah, so we take the H off of Helena, Montana, and we get Elena or Elena. And okay, that is suggested by knowledge of My Fair Lady. 20 across, flu symptom accompanying a cove. I don't know what that means. I assume it's flu symptom accompanying a cough. So we're changing an F sound to a V sound. So a flu symptom might be a sniffle. And if we change that F sound in sniffle to a V, we would get snivel, which is a valid English word. So snivel is a flu symptom accompanying a cough. This is fun. 8 across, Mr. Fisher's device, so to speak. Mr. Fisher might be Bobby Fischer, the chess player, or we're anagramming the letters in M.R. Fisher. And a device, so to speak. So to speak, I've seen used as a homophone indicator in other puzzles. So I don't know what it is. 8 down, tool that cuts wood bases raw. Bases raw, that will get us some kind of saw, saber saw. Is something. Saber saw is a tool that cuts wood, and it is an anagram of bases raw or bases raw. Mr. Fisher's device, don't know. 16 across, Dionysus's deer in a Greek myth. Was Ariadne related to Dionysus? I don't know. Ariadne, that would fit. I think deer in a, D-E-A-R-I-N-A, would be anagram to Ariadne, so I'm just going to have to guess that Ariadne had some kind of connection to Dionysus. 9 down is murals that lack a medium. So maybe if we take out the middle letter of murals, or no, I'm not sure what's going on there. Murals. Urals? Oh, medium can be the size, or M can be the size medium of a shirt. A medium-sized shirt would have an M on it, on the tag. So we lack M here, and we get Urals, which is a mountain range. So again, not suggested by any thing in the clue, but I think that's right. 10 down, primary feature of Reels on Instagram. Instagram is known as IG. So we take the primary feature of Reels, which is that capital letter R, I guess, put it on top of IG for Instagram, and we get rig. Which again, it would be nice to have some kind of confirmation by some kind of meaning in the clue, but I think that's probably right. Musical style in Agra. So we just anagram Agra to get raga, which is a South Asian music style, I think. 12 down, word processor feature that enables users to cut any tedium. So an edit any tedium. I don't know. 13 down is creatures that may cause stings on seamen. Anemones. We take on seamen. We can anagram that to anemones, which are stinging sea creatures, if I can spell it correctly. I think that works. On sea men. 14 down, moderates audio. No. Mr. Fisher's device, so to speak. I don't know what that is. Second stringers for Texas A&M. Texas A&M athletes are known as the Aggies. What are we doing to Aggies to get baggies? Oh, second stringers would be the B team. So we take the B from B team, put it in front of the Texas A&M Aggies, and we get baggies. All right. So this is surreal, I think. I like edit as the beginning of 12 down. Surreal is a word. Mr. Fisher's device. Mr. can mean sir. If you're addressing a man, you might say, sir, Mr., can you do this? So that's a homophone for S-U-R. And then a Fisher's device is a reel, a rod and reel. Again, that's a homophone for R-E-A-L. Put those together, we get surreal. And we're using homophones of both. It's suggested by the so to speak. I think that's right. Moderates. Moderates can be lesson. Lessons. Audio is listens? Or is it lessons? I think moderates is lessons. What does the audio give us here? I guess it's just a homophone, maybe another homophone indicator. So lessons. Well, it's not a homophone. It's not a homophone, is it? I'm not sure. Maybe I've got something wrong there. 27 across, moon, prior to the last quarter. The last 25% of moon would be N. So everything before N is M-O-O. Oh, this is what it is. Okay, I was going the other direction. So moo is the answer for 27 across. 14 down is lessons, L-S-S-O-N-S, which is a homophone of lessons, which means moderates. So first we go moderates. Okay, that's a synonym for lessons, but we want the audio for lessons, which is lessons with an O. And there we go. Narrow valley. 2 W's and 2 Y's. I don't know what that is. Word processor feature that enables users to cut any tedium. Any, I think, it's the letter N and the letter E. N-E, tedium. So N-E-T-E-D-I-U-M can be anagram to edit menu, which might be the menu you use in your editing software. Okay. I feel like I've got something else wrong there. And then anemones. Have I got that right? Or is it atoms without a nucleus? Or ATMs. We take out the core of the word atoms, get ATMs. It's anemone. Anemone. Okay. A glen can be a narrow valley, but glen as a narrow valley would have only one N on the end, so we've got we need to double the N, which is suggested by that double W and double Y we have in the end of the clue. Okay, so lessons, anemones. Was I saying it wrong or just spelling it wrong? Was I saying anemone? I think I wasn't. Anemone. All right, so moo turned out to be the clue that helped me figure out what I was doing wrong here. Let's see if we can get this. 25 across. Resistant, as ever. As ever is a verse, which means resistant. 30 across. Tennis, alternately. I think we are taking the every other letter from the word tennis, which is E-N-S, and we just get N's there. I think that's right. 28 across. Announcement of Congress. Announcement. Don't know. 33 across. Eastern gold. No. 24 down. Prompts parents to cite A's from a report card. Is it C-I-T-E-A-S or A-S-F-R-O-M? I feel like that A is in there. I don't know what it is. 33 across, that's Eastern gold. Can we get 35 across? Seaborne elements near a canal. Seaborne elements. No, 26 down. Top name on a GB tree diagram of kings. GB tree could be anagram to Egbert, who I think was one of the kings of England. Was wistful for the golden years. Longed? Longed, I think, is an anagram of golden. So you longed for the golden years. You were wistful for them, using an anagram of golden. So these are bones. Your ear bones. Ear bones is an anagram of seaborne, and they are near your ear canal, the hammer, anvil, and stirrup bones. Okay. 36 down, Saint Blank, patron of acoustics. Patron? No. You, fair you. Fair use. Fair use. No, I don't know what that is. Maybe over on this side, we've got more letters filled in. Unending party. A party could be, like party to a contract might be an organization, but organization without the ending would just be org. Stereo. STE is the French abbreviation for a female saint. So Saint REO might be a patron saint of acoustics. Stereo. I think that's just a pun on stereo. You, fair, you. Just between us. Fair means just. It is between two yous. Just between yous. Gives us just between us. Okay. I like that. I don't recall. I think there was one of the other puzzles I did had the letter I and the letter C on top of another letter IC, and that was iconic. IC on IC. So it's that kind of thing. That's clever. Prompts parents to cite. Ascribe. No. Spat at and didn't act. Sat pat. I think you can stand pat when gambling. I guess you can sit pat as well. So if you didn't act, you sat pat, which is an anagram of spat at. Eastern gold. Nope. Purple. Blank, blank, blank. I think there is a purple tuber vegetable called ube. May have seen it on a Japanese menu just recently. So what is Eastern gold? Gold, AU, is the chemical symbol for gold. If we put an E as an abbreviation for Eastern in front of it, we get O, which is a French word for water. That's the best I can think of there. Announcement of Congress. I'm not getting that. Attest. Sets. Nope. 40 across. Beauty treatment that can make eyes dampen. No. Woman known to vie at power in Argentina. VIEAT is an anagram for Evita Perón. You let down your people, Evita. You were supposed to have been immortal. Not much to ask for, that's all they wanted. But in the end, you could not deliver. So we'll put in Evita Perón for 42 across. 40 down is like a snake-haired monster and Muse. So Medusa was the snake-haired monster. If we anagram and Muse, we get Medusan, an adjective based on Medusa. I think that's what that is. Language for J. Evans. Don't know J. Evans, but it is an anagram of Javanese, which is a language spoken in Java. Nuttiest form of student assessment. So nuttiest, I can see we've got the letters for test in there. Is it a unit? I don't know. Don't know that. Pronoun, a tad informally. Tad, we can anagram that to dat, which is kind of an informal way to say is that a pronoun? Yeah, that's an object pronoun, I guess. It replaces whatever you're talking about. So dis and dat. Dat is a pronoun here, an informal one spelled as an anagram of tad. Golden rule word, not you. So the golden rule is do unto others as you would have others do to you. What is the not you? So the letter U and then the letters N-O-T gives us unto if we rearrange them. Cross-referencing words on one's T. One's T, or on one's T, is that cross-referencing? I don't know. 63 across. Docs diagnosing a donkey's braying issues. So donkey may be ass, braying issues. No. So a unit test. Yeah, you might take a unit test in a class, which would be a way to assess the students, and I think that is an anagram of nuttiest. So a mani-pedi is a beauty treatment. It can make eyes dampen. We have two eyes that are in the mix, embedded in the letters that spell dampen, mani-pedi. So then what is prompt parents to cite A's from a report card? Aces it is an anagram of cite A's. Sex is a synonym for Congress, sexual relations, but an announcement, an auditory homophone of the word sex would be secs, sex. All right, aces it, sex. That was difficult. 43 across. Fish with an alley blank to blank variety. Allegiance. I don't know what that is. 49 across. Toque and Tempranillo. Don't know. 56 across. Pick up a wren's call. Maybe. Wren's call, or a Wren's gives us answer, which is to pick up a call on the phone. Cross-referencing. 15 down, Lone Scott Turo book published in the 1970s. Okay, I'm helped by knowing that this word on its own, O-N-E-L, or it's 1L. It was a book about a first-year law student who was known as a 1L. And lone is an anagram of 1L. But anything about Scott Turo with 4 letters is usually 1L in a New York Times crossword puzzle. 60 down, round number. Don't know. It could be par. Par would be the number associated with a round of golf. On one's tee. Okay, there's no P in there that I can see how we would get to. Docks would be... Nope. Nightmare for a window washer. No. 50 down, blank the problem. Electrician's query. I think this is a pun here. What's the problem? Might be a common query, but watt is a term from electrical power. So what's the problem? A sense? Nettles? Netless. If you didn't have a net, that would be a nightmare for a window washer. Where are we getting the letters from? 39 down, quality of U2 guitar solos. No. Blind people are Venetians. I got a laugh out of my French teacher in junior high when I referred to Venetian blinds as aveugle Vénitiens, which means blind Venetians. So I think that's what that is. It's Venetian blinds. The blind people would be people from Venice, Venetians. To a variety, no. I don't know what Tokay and Tempranillo even are. Are they twines? What is suggested there? I don't know that. 44 down, back section of a dresser. A drawer? No. 51 down, nameless sender. Nope. 57 down, what Nadal fans shouted from afar. So Rafael Nadal was known as Rafa to his fans, which is an anagram of afar. Wish I could figure out this section here. Maybe I can get it backing into it. 45 across, one who may see the solution to a computer problem. A tech. We take C, the word C, but make it a letter C, and then THE can give us a tech or a technician. 52 across, doctor prior to operation. Operation can be op, can be, is it door? If we took out CT, how is that prior to operation? I'm not sure I'm getting that. 58 across, what some historians are drawn to. I feel like a historical era might kind of be suggested here, but I don't see how it would be suggested by anything else in there. 61 across, tending to get mad at an inkling of a pushback. At an inkling of pushback. Tending to get mad, maybe the synonym, the definition here. Inkling of pushback. No. 64 across, welds again. Not getting that. 66 across. Movie made dry with some humor and some seriousness. A dramedy is a comic, dramatic movie, a movie that would have some humor and some seriousness, and that is an anagram of made dry. Okay, so sometimes so movie made dry means means what? Yeah, the surface readings don't always click for me. 44 down, back section of a dresser. One down, nameless sender. Is it Ender? No. Western section of Mumbai. So I think this is just, if you pictured Mumbai printed on a map, MUM would be the west half of the word. 46 down, depress. No. Descriptor for a goat herd, on the whole. If we anagram whole, or goat herd, or homophone for goat, so goat as it might be heard. No. So there's a lot. Herald? Nope, not getting that. What's in his swords are drawn to, tending to get mad at an inkling of pushback. And wields, again, fuse can mean weld, so this is a pun on refuses, or refuses, which as a single word would be a valid crossword answer. I feel like it's reward. How are we getting that? It's drawer. A dresser drawer is a section of a dresser. We back it, we spell it backwards, and we get reward. Tending to get mad at an is adamant. And if you are adamant about something, if somebody pushes back, you would remain adamant. You would be unconvinced by their argument. Nameless. Is it satyr? I guess, I'm not sure I'm getting this. If name could be abbreviated by the letter N, and we took out E-N, no, just N, just the letter N from sender, we would get satyr, which is the Passover meal. So I guess that's right. I think these are twines. Maybe they're wines. They're wines that begin with T. I don't know them as names of wines, but they would make sense as names of wines, wouldn't they? So they are T wines. They are wines that begin with the letter T. Quality of U2 guitar solos. Edge was the U2 guitarist, right? So the quality of his guitar solos would have edginess that would be associated with him. Gar is a kind of fish. I guess we put in G-A-R in those blanks, they would spell fish with an alligator variety, and maybe there is an alligator gar that fits there. Okay, see if we can get this. C note. If you're cross-reference something in the text, you would say C note in parentheses. And so that is cross-reference, and it is on one's T. Yes. 1 is a round number and a donkey's braying. Oh, if a donkey had braying issues, you might take him to an ear, nose, and throat doctor. But because he is a donkey, you would have to take him to one of the doctors who specialize in donkeys' brain issues who are ass-ents. Okay. And round number, I guess 1 is just a round number. Round 1, is there, I may be missing something there, but I think that works. Okay, 52 across, doctor, prior to operation. I want it to be door, but I don't understand how I'm getting there. Depress, is that cease? No, it would be chase. Descriptor for a goat herd on the whole. Is it horned? Goats have horns. We can get horned out of goat herd on if we take out what? G. If we take out some of them. I'm not sure how we're getting that either. Pasty sap. Pasty is an anagram of patsy. Somebody who falls for a scam is a patsy. Okay, so it is not doctor. Is it drop? It's doctor, DR, prior to OP, operation, which is drop. Yes. So crease is depress. I'm not sure I'm getting that either. Horned. I see the letters for horned in there. I don't understand how we're getting those. And historians may be drawn to a historical era. I think this finishes the puzzle. Some letters are incorrect. Round number. And it is not nutless. Nightmare for a window washer. A net loss. If you lost the net, you would then be netless, which would be your nightmare. Okay, so I was jumping ahead a step. So a net loss would be the loss of the net. And ONO is a round number. Round 0 number, abbreviated NO, and we get ONO. O finishes the puzzle. There we go. 40 minutes, about 4 minutes at the beginning of the video setting it up. I really enjoy these puzzles. I find this very satisfying. As you can tell, I'm still in the stages of figuring out some of the conventions and wordplay in here, but I would love to do more puzzles like this. So kudos to Andrew Reese. Check out his, he has many other different types of puzzles, acrostics, and other things that I haven't even heard of, so I'm going to be coming back here regularly and checking it out. So please come back to my channel for more puzzles and games, and I'll see you next time.